This video chart presentation of IGXT Technologies Corp. This is an OTCQX listed company. That's highest here on the OTC markets, and it trades on a ticker IGXT. So look at a 9-month chart, and what caught my eye about it is it basically has a look of an inverted head and shoulders. And this would be the formation of the left shoulder, this would be the head, and this would be the right shoulder. In order for this chart to stay in play, I'm going to want to see it continue to hold the higher lows and move towards the breakout point of this neckline, which I'll come back and draw in a moment. I can see how the MACD histogram bar is moving back towards zero. Tells me that potentially a bullish cross is coming in the MACD. The 12 passed through the 26 EMA. Overall, that would be a pretty nice look to continue the upward trend in the MACD. Ultimately, I want to see both components of the MACD above that zero mark to show a bullish trend for the chart. Interesting to note, chart's coming off a PPO ADX pinch, PPO rising. That's what we frequently talk about in charts to look for, off a PPO ADX pinch. Kind of neutral reading to the ADX itself right now at a 19. I'd like to see it above 20. And ideally above 30, because that's what's considered the ADX being in a trending pattern, and it's a much better signal of direction. MFI is trying to push their way above 50. Again, it's a positive sign for people paying higher prices for the stock. There's a little bit of flatlining going on with the accumulation distribution, but still, making slightly higher lows over the course of 9 months, still trying to uptrend. Positive signs show that there's buying going on in the stock. Not a big fan of seeing the shaking money flow down below zero. That tells me over the last 20 periods, selling pressure is outweighing buying pressure. But again, at a negative 0.9, the distance back to zero is just not that great. And with even a small amount of buying pressure, it could certainly pop back up into the green. CCI also had a pretty neutral reading, negative 18. It's putting it pretty close to zero. That tells me the price per now is right near its 20-day mean. Full stow is rotating and moving out of oversold territory. That's an early on sign of momentum building in the chart. And the tricks, that right there is what I'm generally looking for. Hold the uptrend, ideally hold over top of zero, make the rotation, drop a bullish cross. That signals a bullish trend for the chart. Relative strength index, it's a pretty nice look. 7's moved up pretty quickly, broken back through the 14 and 21. All three components now over top of 50. That's the spot I want to see them hold above to show that bullish momentum is being sustained in the play. Now from these candles you can see pretty quickly why the indicators turned down and turned down fast. Stock went up, met some resistance at 70 cents, dropped pretty quickly right back down to 58 cents, pulled the momentum out of the play, and put a short-term shift to the trend. But now, 4 straight green closes, moved back above the 50-day moving average, trying to push right through the 200-day moving average. All hints that basically say keep an eye on me, see if this upward pressure is going to continue. I'll go ahead and label this real quick. There's the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and the neckline of the chart. That neckline is, of course, the breakout point, and I'd pay attention to that point as the chart moves forward with how it ties in with the static resistance at 70 cents. See the stock's had a difficult time moving through that. That's a pretty definitive resistance point. If this continues to move upward, you can see how those two lines converge, and that's likely to be a very difficult spot of resistance. Now, I think it's important also to notice the upward trend in this chart, and that's why I mentioned that this needs to continue to hold the higher lows. Because in a similar sort of sense, it's making an ascending triangle since the beginning part of March. And again, that 70-cent mark will be the breakout point in that pattern. Now with volume picking up a little bit over previous days to make a move off that dynamic support, it's those sort of things that are dropping hints this might continue to try and push and make a much stronger move. But again, it's all predicated upon the idea of some support levels holding. From a static level, I think there's a little bit of support right there at 55 cents. And there's some more right down there around 55 cents. But again, a drop back down to that level, stock price will have fallen back below the 50 and 200-day moving averages. It's a much weaker sign, but not continuing this upward pattern. So I'd pay attention to that dynamic support level. And I'll go ahead and I'll put a support right there at 58 cents as well to show where I'd want to see it hold. Right now, though, it's about seeing if volume is going to continue to increase and see if this is going to push forward. It's a pretty nice upside in general just to meet that resistance greater than 10%. And over the course of the coming days and weeks, see how the chart plays out and see if it can break out of this pattern. I'm not going to put a target point on it. There's a definitive calculation from high to low that puts a price target to an inverted head and shoulders. That's something I typically try not to do. It's all over the web. Go ahead and look it up. Make that calculation yourself. Those are the type of things that I'd be looking for in the IGXT chart. But as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.